Hey guys, good morning. Thank you for a lot of you reaching out for information about the doTerra oils that I use after I posted that picture yesterday. I love them, and it's easier for me to quickly do a video and explain to you why I love them so much and what benefits they've had for me than it is for me to write it down. So hopefully you watched the video that I posted above, and that explains to you exactly how these oils are made. So one question I get a lot of is, what's the difference between doTerra and maybe the rest of the oils that are out there? Young Living would be the other one. The biggest difference would be doTerra is grown, they fly around the world like you heard in the video, and they actually extract the plant oil from the country that it's harvested in, so it's prime location, and that's why sometimes it takes, we might have a you know, when you order it, we might not have it because they don't have prime conditions for growing whatever it is that they need to grow, the lavender plant, the peppermint plant, the whatever it is. So the other one, Young Living, or whatever other oils are out there, I'm not a huge, I don't know a lot of the others, but they will make the conditions perfect in that location. So they'll have like a greenhouse that they'll grow it in. So it's all up to you. There's no right or wrong. I always answer whatever one you're going to use is the right one for you. So as long as you're using these oils, you know, you're one step ahead of somebody else. So that's fantastic. So like you heard on there, I honestly, so I'm just going to tell you from my personal experience, I haven't used any pain medication for about 6 to 7 months, maybe even longer now, for anything. And I used to be an Advil, not popper, but I would have like 2 or 3 or 4 maybe a week if I had leg cramps, headaches. I'm not a big headache getter, but a lot of people are. Muscle pain just from working out. So I replaced all of that, and I had stomach aches, and I have, you know, now I'm finding I just have an oil for everything. So that's a big joke when someone comes to me. They're like, Krista, I've got, you know, anxiety attacks. I'm like, oh, there's an oil for that. So I've got a pain in my, you know, neck. I'm like, oh, there's an oil for that. So it really does, these really do work. So example, when I first started, a little bit skeptical, you know, I was like, okay, does peppermint really help with headaches? And many of you are like, yes, it does. We use it. So here's my peppermint. And I have about, you know, 10 of these now because I use it on everything. I put it just a couple drops right beside my temples, and it is amazing for headaches. I'm just going to read, I'm going to have a cheat sheet here so that I can remember everything. So peppermint, I use it for muscle aches. I use it 1 drop in a tea in hot water is equivalent to 26 tea bags of peppermint. So that's how potent the peppermint oil is, because it's coming right off the leaf, the sacs of oil on the leaf they're extracting into here. So 1 drop is equivalent to 26 tea bags. Hello, that's a lot of peppermint. So, and that's how potent it is and how strong it is and how amazing. So we've got allergies and asthma, which goes along with lemon and lavender. The 3 of these are fantastic for allergies. My son has allergies and he swears by these 3. He has to have these 3 all the time. He puts all 3 in his hand, he smells them, he puts them into a diffuser. We have that going in the house. It does not take the place completely of like Claritin or what's the other one? Anyways, the other antihistamines. It helps and assists so they're not as bad. So used regularly, they do work for sure. And he is always like, Mom, I'm out, I need some more. So I always make sure he's got these 3. Okay, so back to peppermint. Cold and flus, fevers, headaches, indigestion, and menstrual problems. So I have put it on my stomach before at that time of the month, and it is great for that too. So again, like I was saying, so the lavender is another staple around here. This, I will say, I put on every single cut, burn, scrape, anything. We were out camping a couple weekends ago. We were out with Cole's buddy. The 4 of us are out camping. The guy falls down. Yes, Cole's friend that we took along fell down the side of this kind of hill that we were climbing, just thrashed the side of his leg. I had no polysporin with me. Usually we carry polysporin. I had my lavender though. threw it all over his leg. And the next morning, you could see it, but it was nothing. Like he had scrapes all down it. And it was the first time that I actually used this, used lavender all over his leg, and it didn't burn or anything. There was open cuts, scratches, nothing. The next morning, it was all nice, and it was just a little bit red, but nothing like I thought it was going to be. So swore by that one. A lot of people use lavender for sleeping, and they'll diffuse it. Sorry, my dog's barking. Teddy. They'll use it for, for sleeping on the pillow, spritz it on the pillow, put it in a diffuser. They swear by it. So I do love this. I put some, again, by my temples. I'll put it on the back of my neck, and sometimes I'll put it on my chest. Love it. Lemon. I drink this in my water. I put 1 to 2 drops in there, cleanses it out, disinfecting, all of these, all the oils are disinfectants too. Okay, so I use lemon and I use tea tree oil, Melaleuca, tea tree oil. They renamed it to tea tree oil. I use both of these for cleaning. I put them into a bottle and I squirt my whole house with it. So I do handles, I do doorknobs, especially this time of year when kids are coming home from school. So I spray this around, super easy. I only do this and water. Some people will add vinegar and water and like probably 10 drops of maybe each. And that's fine. I do my showers with tea tree. It gets rid of the mold, any bacteria on the floor, like where your feet are, around the edges. If any black mold starts to build up, tea tree, scrape, done and done. It's fantastic. I have replaced all my cupboards. I no longer use anything in my cleaning my house. I only use tea tree oil. I use On Guard, a bit of On Guard, which is a blend that they have, essential oil, which is a super duper, which hospitals will use. Like they were talking about in that video above, for MRSA. This has been so fantastic. I use it every single cold flu season. It comes in beadlets. I'm just going to read to you exactly what's in it so you can know. Okay. So, okay, or I'm not going to read it. I know there's cloves and there is cinnamon, and I got to read to you exactly what's in it because it's absolutely fantastic. Mold, sore throat, the swine flu, viruses, and weak immune system. So we are always taking this around here in beadlets, and I'm diffusing it. I got to find out what's in that for you because I know there's a ton, but I'll get back to you on that, or I'll post it below in the video, below in this email, so you can know exactly what's in it. Because this is a staple in this house as well. What was the other one? Oregano. Oregano I use for cooking, and I use it also. Here's another story about this one. So when I first got into these probably was about a year and a half ago, when I started to kind of dabble in it, and I was a little bit, is this working? I'm not really sure. And I was anxious to find out about it. So I had Eva a girl come over, and she did a spiel, and I, hook, line, and sinker, bought everything. I'm just going to show you what I bought, which is a nightmare. Yep, and yep. So I got a few oils. So, because that's kind of what I do. I go all in. So a couple nights later, Jake started to get kind of sick, my oldest son, who at that time was 16. So I said, well, Jake, let's just put oregano on your feet because I've been told that, oil of oregano works well. And I had used it over the years and put like 2 or 3 drops in under my tongue. This oregano is so strong and so pure that 1 drop under your tongue, it burns like crazy. Put it all over his feet. And even when I cook with it, I take the lid off and I put a toothpick in the top there and I put it into my dish, my spaghetti, my lasagna, whatever it is I'm making. I'll do another toothpick and then I'll taste it. That's how strong it is. I can't even do a full drop because then it just ruins it because it's so much oregano taste in there. Unbelievable. Jake went to bed that night. I put 3 or 4 drops on his feet. I put them on his hands, and he put 1 under his tongue, which it burnt. He smelled like a Italian restaurant when he went to bed. He woke up the next morning and nothing. He had no fever. He had no sore throat. That we caught it right in time. This oregano worked amazing for him. So with Cole, we've done it before. I do it with myself. I actually have it on my feet right now because I'm fighting a bit of a sore throat. You put it on your feet and the palms of your hand. The biggest cells going into your body are the feet and your palms of your hand. So you put openings for your skin, put it on there. Sometimes when I put the oregano on my feet, it comes up through my bloodstream and I can actually taste it in my mouth. So that is why you put it on your bottoms of your feet and your hands, and just let it soak. And then you'll find once you put the oil on this oil onto your hands, it's not greasy because it's actually not an oil. They just call it essential oils. It's actually like the plant, and it's done. So those would be the major ones. When I do parties at my house or I talk one-on-one, we go way more into depth about all the other oils I have, because I've got a Digestozen one, which is this one right here. And that one is fantastic for upset stomachs. You put it right on your stomach. A lot of people like fennel. I've got a fennel in here and some people love that as well. Again, I touched on tea tree oil. I use that on my head, my scalp. It has saved my psoriasis. I no longer have dry scalp. I just put a few drops in there after I've shampooed and conditioned my hair, and that has made a world of difference on my head. I'm sure I'm missing a few of how much I love this stuff. So if you guys want any more information, clary sage, I'm just going to touch on that one real quick. Here's another one. And this is a mixture of a whole bunch of different ones together. This one is my hormone lifesaver. So if you go to a health food store down in Bowness, what's that one called? Anyways, they recommend go get clary sage for hormonal regulation from doTerra. And this is it right here. So it's pretty cool, the amount of people that are starting to kind of come around and really get away. There is a time and a place, of course, for the modern medicine. And of course we need doctors, and of course we need their help. I think that this is preventative meds, and it will help and assist and aid along with everything else. And if you can help keep yourself healthy, and it starts within your body, your healthy eating, your exercising, and of course there's just bugs that go around, but if you can help keep them off and keep the germs away, this is what the oils are for, and aches and pains. And I have got clients beyond clients that keep talking about different things that they use theirs for. Like yesterday when I posted on Facebook, one girl, Amy, her son gets anxiety attacks, and she uses this whole little regimen, and it just calms them down. You diffuse them. Some of them you can actually eat or drink. Some you cannot, because they've got certain ingredients that you cannot put into your body. But for the most part, most of them you can. You diffuse them, and then a lot of them you just put into your hands, and you smell them, you put them on your neck, you walk around with them all day. So depending on how I feel, every morning I come down, I grab one, I throw it on me, and it just depends on how I'm feeling. I got a lot of woodsy ones. I really like the grounding smell, which is like a cypress, and that's a earth. This is actually a really woodsy one, and I love that one. It just balances me, brings me right down. So guys, listen, if you've got questions, if you would like to order, if you'd like to become part of a doTerra, you know, you want to be able to order it on your own, if you want to do some samples, there's different packaging. I would be more than happy to email you some stuff that you can look at. You can come by here and we can have a huge talk. I love doing that as well. If you want to set up a time with me, one-on-one works great. I like two-on-one. That's fantastic as well. Just reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to bring my oils, and you guys can smell them, and you can take a test and order some yourself. So it does come from the States. It comes from Iowa, Idaho, Ohio. Yeah, right below us. It comes down in there. Salt Lake City, Utah is where it's coming from. So none of the ones I just said. It comes from Salt Lake City, Utah, is where doTerra is actually stationed. So yeah, so that's a little bit about the doTerra, guys, that I use. I'm sure I'm missing something because every morning I have Citrus Bliss and cardamom. Don't know where it is. But my Citrus Bliss wakes me up, and the cardamom actually helps with inflammation in your body. So I have a couple drops of both of those, and they taste amazing. So Okay, thanks for watching this, guys. And again, it takes a little bit easier for me to video this than it does for me to write all this down. So give me a shout. And again, reply to this email if you want any more information. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.